It would appear that NIO's CEO is pissing off a lot of people in China lately by simply telling them the truth about electric cars, which is gas cars suck. Electric cars are better. But he did point out one very interesting fact, and I'm yet to hear a good rebuttal. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans, and I'm coming to you here from Newcastle in Australia. Welcome to all you subscribers. Sorry I'm breathing a bit hard here. I've just finished doing some push-ups, getting myself going, getting some exercise, getting some blood flowing through the body, trying to get myself ready to share with you guys what I think is some interesting points from the CEO of one of the most dynamic and important electric car companies in the world. Now, NIO's CEO, William Li, has made some remarks that have stirred controversy in China, but he's gotten backing from state media, who seem to agree with him. So over the past week, NIO's founder, chairman and CEO, William Li, has made some comments on ICE vehicles that have generated a lot of discussion in the media and on places like Weibo, which is China's Facebook. Now, apparently some people on a forum were saying some things to him, and he responded by saying, "I don't understand at all why people still buy fuel cars now." Of course, in China, I totally agree with him. It's mental. Why would you? What's so great about fuel cars, other than the fact that they can give you the stink of gasoline? It's true that electric cars had a lot of inconvenience in the early days, but today, in fact, in most scenarios, if people are used to using them, where's the anxiety? That's why I've always said those who are still anxious about replenishing the battery are basically gasoline car users. And I agree with this, who are worrying for electric car owners. I said that a few years ago, and I'm still saying it now. So that's what he said. Basically, he's making a really interesting point. You will see this often in the forum section on mainstream news websites. For example, here in Australia, we've got drive.com.au, carexpert.com.au. People in the comments who don't have an electric car will say, oh, range anxiety, oh, you charging problems, but realistically, how many of those people actually own an electric car? I reckon zero. Now, Li was obviously unaware that when he made these comments, he was actually being videotaped and that this would cause a lot of controversy. As you know, in China, people can get their feelings hurt over things like this. And there's a little bit of a thing here where losing face can cause significant issues in China. Now, apparently a lot of people felt that his comments offended fuel car owners, as well as potential car owners who make up more than around about 80% of car buyers in the Chinese auto market. Now, some people commented that it was fine for Li to promote electric cars, but there was no need to disparage fuel cars or dinosaur ICE vehicles. Now, I strongly disagree with this. There is a need to disparage them because they suck. I own one. It's crap. I can't wait to get a fully electric vehicle. They're better in every way. Why on earth would you not say they call something out, right? You see an orange, you call it an orange. You don't call it a lemon. What the hell? Now, apparently Li gained a large number of supporters who felt that his comments, while spontaneous, spoke to the reality of the situation. Now, some people said that after getting used to driving an electric car, they would no longer be interested in driving a petrol car. And that's the same thing that I've heard from electric car owners. They're like, why on earth would I ever go back to what I had before? Now, apparently this like tit for tat, backwards and forwards between petrol car owners and battery electric car owners has gone on for a few days now and has continued to fester this week, forcing Li to actually clarify his comments and, well, tone down them, so to speak. Now, this is what he said. My intent was that in previous years, the charging and battery swap infrastructure really wasn't convenient enough, and there were few good electric cars. But now the infrastructure is evolving quickly, especially in China, where there's more chargers by far than any other country in the world. And there are many good options available in all price ranges. 100% in China, that's true. Now is the time to choose an electric car. And the dramatic increase in electric car penetration in China this year is indicative of this trend. Absolutely. I've been saying this for 6 months. This trend in China is incredible. I don't think there'd be too many people offended by the fact that he's saying, yeah, ICE-powered vehicles, why would you buy one? Because have a look at what people are actually doing in China. Well, they're moving towards electric cars at an incredible speed. Now, interestingly, there was an article in the Economic Daily, a big newspaper in China, and it came out in support of Li, which makes this whole scenario quite interesting. Now, this is what the article said. Instead of dwelling on this slightly exaggerated comment, we should change our mindset, adapt to the new trend of industrial change, and inject more positive energy to accelerate the high-quality development of China's new energy vehicles and lead the world. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the Economic Daily, but their opinion pieces on various industries in China usually generate enormous attention. For example, in early November this year, the paper criticized the high price of dairy products in China, saying it had somewhat dampened consumer demand for such products. The article caused many dairy producers' shares to plunge. Now, previously, the paper had been critical of some things going on in the EV industry in China, but the article today was supportive of Li and reflects the direction of Chinese policy. Now, developing electric cars is not only a necessary step in China to move from being a big auto power to a really strong global dominator in auto power, but also a strategic move to combat climate change, promote green development, and reduce the enormous amounts of air emissions in Chinese cities. Now, the article actually commented on Elon Musk, and it said, compared with Tesla's CEO Elon Musk's vocal remarks, Li's comments are like small potatoes in comparison. And one thing the article said was very interesting because it points out what is going on here in China. It's important to see that after more than 10 years of careful cultivation and development, China's new energy vehicles, or electric cars, have undergone significant changes in terms of technology, performance, quality, and consumer penetration. And we've hit a turning point in the Chinese auto market. Now, from the perspective of brand competitiveness and product affordability and perception of the quality of brands, many models of NIO Li Auto and Xpeng have now entered the market where the models of BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi are located at the same price level, which is something brands in the past in China basically just couldn't do. And the interesting thing is, those car makers are thriving in that price segment, competing against prestige automakers that in the past, local car makers just could not compete with. Things have really changed in the electric car scene in China. Thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.